How to make Captain America cupcakes. Use a star-shaped cutter for the stars. Butterize the cupcake sponge and place the fondant circle on top. Fix the 3 stars to the cake with water, and that's the first cupcake. For the second cupcake, knead and roll out some red fondant using corn flour on your surface to avoid the fondant sticking. Buttercream your cupcake lightly using a palette knife with just enough buttercream for the fondant to stick. Use a cupcake-sized circle cutter and cut out a ring of red fondant. Place the red fondant ring onto the cupcake and gently press around the cupcake to secure the fondant. Here we've created Captain America's shield to show you what we are aiming for. You'll see we aren't using ring cutters here, we've got some clean cake objects which shows that as long as you have clean equipment, you don't need to spend a fortune on accessories. We cut out a white circle, which is the first circle for the shield. We then use a slightly smaller cutter and place centrally over the white cut out piece of fondant as shown, to leave a ring of fondant with a hole in the middle. We cut out a red piece of fondant with the same cutter. That piece of fondant is placed inside the white ring of fondant. We then use a smaller cutter and cut out a circle with the red piece of fondant. Finally, we cut a blue piece of fondant out using the same cutter from the last step and place this inside the red fondant ring. The fondant can then be smoothed to join all the pieces of fondant before it is placed on the cupcake as shown. The last step for this cupcake is to cut out a little white star and place this on the blue fondant as shown. For the last cupcake, we repeat the buttercreaming of the cupcake surface and cut out our blue fondant circle for the cupcake as before. Cut strips of red and white fondant as shown. Place on the cupcake and trim the edge using the edge of the cupcake as a guide. Fix the strips to the cupcake with water as shown. Cut out 3 white stars and fix to the cupcake as shown, and that's the cupcake finished. For the final cupcake, we will freehand cut out Captain America's A. First, fix the blue circle of fondant to the cupcake as before. Roll out some white fondant and use a fondant scalpel to cut out the A as shown. Secure the A to the cupcake. And there we have our finished Captain America cupcake.